Welcome to Module 9, Lesson 4 of our CCNA 200-301 journey. In this lesson, we're unpacking cloud computing, not as a marketing buzzword, but as a precisely defined model with measurable characteristics. We'll walk through the three core service models, IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS, and explore how networks are managed in cloud environments. The guiding question throughout will be a simple one: who manages what? So let's start by pinning down what actually qualifies as cloud. The National Institute of Standards and Technology gives us 5 defining traits. First, on-demand self-service. You provision resources yourself. Instantly, no ticket required. Second, broad network access, reachable from any device over the network. Third, resource pooling, shared, multi-tenant infrastructure underneath. Fourth, rapid elasticity. Scale up or down as workload demands shift. And fifth, measured service. You pay only for what you actually consume. If a platform doesn't hit all 5, it's not really cloud. Once a platform meets those 5 traits, the next question is who manages what? And that's where the 3 service models come in. With infrastructure as a service, the provider hands you virtual machines, storage, and networking, but everything from the operating system up is yours to manage. Platform as a service raises the abstraction. You just deploy your application, while the provider handles the OS and runtime underneath. And with software as a service, you simply use the finished application. The provider runs the entire stack. Think Microsoft 365 or Gmail. As you move from IaaS towards SaaS, you trade control for convenience. Service models tell us who manages the stack. Deployment models tell us where that stack actually lives. Public cloud runs on shared provider infrastructure like AWS, Azure, or GCP. Private cloud is dedicated to a single organization, either on-premises or hosted elsewhere. Hybrid blends the two, letting workloads move between them, while multi-cloud simply means you're using more than one public provider at the same time. In practice, most enterprises land on hybrid, keeping sensitive workloads on-prem and bursting out to the public cloud when demand spikes. Now, here's a shift worth flagging, and it's new in CCNA v1.1. Increasingly, networks aren't just running in the cloud. They're being managed from the cloud. Instead of SSHing into each switch or standing up an on-site controller, you get a centralized dashboard, one pane of glass across every site. New devices phone home and auto-configure through zero-touch provisioning. Cloud-managed APs and switches follow the Meraki-style model, and analytics, client health, and AI-driven insights all live in the cloud. Know this concept like it's a growing exam topic. And that wraps Lesson 4. Next up is Lesson 5, the full Module 9 recap, where we'll tie together everything on architecture and virtualization, the 3-tier and spine leaf designs, WAN and cloud models, and the 5 NIST characteristics that define it all. If this lesson helped, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the recap. Full course is free on Dargslan.com. See you in the next one.